Workers at the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority are bent on continuing with their open disagreement with the content of a letter purporting to be an agreement stating that the Meridian Port Services MPS has ceded 20% of container business to Gpha effective August 1, 2022. After a crunch meeting with the Minister for Transport, board members and management of the Gpha, the Director General of the Gpha, Mr. Michael Luguje, announced that following the current development, a letter was received from the Meridian Port Services indicating their resolve to cede the 20% as contained in the concession agreement. But the workers say the said letter does not communicate any agreement and will therefore continue to protest.
Gpha workers have been openly protesting for the past 2 days. The aggrieved workers argue that following a petition by the Maritime and Dock Workers Union in 2020, the government, through the Transport Minister, engaged both MPS and Gpha to ensure MPS adheres to the demands of Gpha. The workers, led by their union, say during the engagements, it was agreed all reefed containerized cargo volumes from MPS are sent to the Gpha reefer terminal. Also, Gpha was to implement its intention of leasing Harbour mobile cranes for its containerized vessel operations. According to them, it was also agreed that Gpha be allowed to handle 20% of containerized cargo traffic during the 10-year exclusivity period. The reefer terminal has been since reversed to Gpha, but the 20% cargo business has not been handed over to Gpha, although Cabinet has approved its implementation. According to the workers, failure on the part of MPS to implement the agreed terms has provoked protests, which have continued into a second day. In the past 2 days, vessels have not been allowed entry into the port, and vessels are also not exiting. Apart from the revenue losses to the state, Ghana has been reported in the International Shipping Journal as disrupting international maritime trade. At a meeting today between Port Management and the Transport Minister, the Director General of the Ghana Port and Harbours Authority came out of the meeting presenting a letter that has been received from MPS agreeing to cede the 20%. The DG, Mr. Michael Luguje, appealed to the workers to return to work while the modalities are concluded for the 20% to take effect from 1st August.
We asked you to allow the trade to continue, but you said you were going to consult among yourselves. We left, and you refused to allow ships to move. We've gone beyond the 24-hour mark, and because of all those ships that did not move, today, Ghana's name is in the shipping press for the wrong reasons. There's a lot of paperwork that has to be done as to how the distribution will be done. And that is why it cannot be immediately. But the most important thing is that we have this letter here granting the 20%. Now, I heard someone asking, you want to see it. Don't forget, listen very carefully. This is an agreement between us and partners. We cannot right now put this letter in public domain for it to be.
But the workers, after seeing the letter, said the content of the letter does not communicate an agreement to cede 20% to Gpha. The workers say they are not convinced and will continue with the demonstrations and a series of actions to compel the government to direct MPS to implement the deal. The local union chairman, Mr. Ahin Young, said their demonstration is still on and will continue till a does not communicate an agreement to cede 20% to Gpha. The workers say they are not convinced and will continue with the demonstrations and a series of actions to compel the government to direct MPS to implement the deal. The local union chairman, Mr. Ahin Young, said their demonstration is still on and will continue